is going on, guys? This is DropThisBox, and I hope all of you guys out there are having a fantastic day today. What we're going to be doing in today's video is talking about Santa Claus is coming to town. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I want to make sure that I go through a couple of the very first Christmas specials that I watched as a kid. Like, we started off the season, we started talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman and the Grinch. Those three specials in particular were the very first specials that I used to watch so much as a kid, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town is another one of them that I used to watch all the time as well. So within this video, I just want to revisit Santa Claus is Coming to Town and just give my overall thoughts when it comes to my overall experience with it. So if you guys have any thoughts of your own that you guys want to share with me, be sure to let me know down below. Let me start off by saying how much I love the stop motion animation in Santa Claus is Coming to Town. There's just something about it that feels so magical and nostalgic. Watching those little figurines come to life always brings me back to when I first saw the movie as a kid. It was like watching a box of Christmas decorations spring to life. Every time I revisit it, I'm reminded of how much care and effort went into creating this beautiful style of animation. Not something you see often anymore, which makes it feel even more special. What really gets me is the charm and the details, the way Kris Kringle's suit contrasts with the snowy backdrop of how the Winter Warlock's icy layer seems to shimmer. It all feels so real, almost like you could reach out and touch it. I love how the imperfections in the movement give it a handmade quality. It makes me appreciate the time and patience the animators put into every single frame. To me, stop motion adds a kind of warmth and tangibility that modern CGI often lacks. It feels like the animators poured their hearts into crafting a world where every little piece tells a story. Even the way the characters move, slightly jerky but full of personality, gives the movie a unique charm that's impossible to replicate. Every time I watch this movie, I'm reminded of how much I miss this style of storytelling. It's like opening a time capsule that brings all the Christmas magic of my childhood flooding back. That's one of the reasons this movie will always have a special place in my heart. One of the things I find fascinating about Santa Claus is Coming to Town is how it gives us an origin story for Santa Claus. Because when I was a kid, I didn't think much about how Santa became Santa, but this movie answered questions I didn't even know I had, like why he wears red or how he started delivering toys. Such a fun and clever way to explain these traditions. Every time I watch it, I find myself appreciating those details even more. I love how Kris Kringle's journey is both simple and heartwarming. He starts as an orphan raised by the Kringles and grows into this larger-than-life figure who brings joy to children. It's inspiring to see someone who's so determined to spread happiness, even when faced with challenges like the grumpy Burgermeister Meisterburger. For me, it's a reminder of how powerful kindness can be. The movie also does a great job of weaving in magical elements like the reindeer and the chimney tradition in a way that it feels natural. It's almost like a puzzle where every piece fits perfectly, making Santa's story feel complete. Watching it again as an adult, I can see how much thought went into crafting a story that's both entertaining and meaningful. This origin story makes Santa Claus feel less like a mythical figure and more like someone real, with a past and a purpose. It makes me feel even more connected to the character in the holiday season. And every time I revisit this movie, it's like learning about an old friend all over again. And the characters in Santa Claus is Coming to Town are one of the reasons I keep coming back to it. Kris Kringle is, of course, the star, but the supporting cast really makes the story shine. From the Winter Warlock's transformation to Jessica's unwavering support, each character brings something unique to the table. Even the antagonist, Burgermeister Meisterburger, adds a layer of depth to the story that makes it more engaging. I've always had a soft spot for the Winter Warlock because his transformation from a menacing figure to a kind ally is one of my favorite parts of the movie. And let's be honest, his song, "Put One Foot in Front of the Other," I'm sorry, I just had to sing it. It's such a classic. It's one of those songs that sticks with you long after the movie is over. For me, this story is a great reminder that people can change if they're given a little kindness. Jessica's role as Chris's partner adds a lot of heart to the story. She's not just a background character, She's someone who believes in Kris's mission and is willing to leave her old life behind to support him. I love how her story adds another layer of warmth and love to the movie. It's a beautiful example of teamwork and mutual support. Even Burgermeister Meisterburger, as much as I disliked him as a kid, has grown on me. He's such a great foil to Kris, and his strict rules about banning toys make Kris's acts of defiance even more meaningful. Together, these characters create a story that's full of heart, humor, and unforgettable moments. And I can't talk about Santa Claus is Coming to Town without mentioning the music. The songs are such an integral part of the movie. They stayed with me ever since I first heard them, from the opening notes of Santa Claus is Coming to Town to the uplifting put one foot in front of the other. The soundtrack perfectly captures the spirit of the movie. What I love most about the music is how it enhances the story. Each song feels like it belongs exactly where it is, whether it's highlighting a character's transformation or adding a touch of humor. For example, the Winter Lorlax song is not just catchy, it's a turning point in his character arc. And Kris's playful "Be Prepared to Pay" always makes me smile with its cheeky defiance. The music also has this timeless quality that makes it perfect for the holidays. It's warm, cheerful, and full of the kind of magic that makes you want to sing along. Listening to these songs now as an adult, they still fill me with that same sense of wonder I felt as a kid. They're a big part of what makes this movie such a joy to revisit. Every time I hear these songs, it's like the movie's message of hope and perseverance comes to life all over again. It's amazing how music can make a story even more memorable. And for me, the soundtrack of Santa Claus is Coming to Town will always be one of its most unforgettable elements. And it feels so good to get my thoughts out on Santa Claus is Coming to Town because, like how I shared my love with a lot of these other classic Christmas specials that came out so many years ago, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and The Grinch, when it came to those very first specials that I watched as a kid when I mentioned earlier, Santa Claus is Coming to Town really brought me back, even when I was talking about it within this video, like I was giving my thoughts on it for the very first time. I just have so many different memories when it comes to Santa Claus is Coming to Town, when it comes to watching it with friends, watching it with family. It's just one of those specials that I can't go through the Christmas season without watching. So if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to your own personal thoughts on Santa Claus is Coming to Town that you guys want to share with me, be sure to let me know down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, which I'm usually active on the most, my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I drop a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be. If it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.